folks, well, we're back at the allotment. I've got Nigel with me, and what you're looking at the moment is the family tree. Now if you remember, back in December, I've got a feeling it was the 22nd, but it could have been Boxing Day, this tree was cut right back, and Nigel basically just left 2 branches, which you can see just here, this one here and that one there. And then, well, Nigel, I'll let you say the rest.
I was a bit scared that if I cut all of the main branches back, it would kill the tree. So I left 2 just to keep the tree alive, and I cut everything else off. And if we go a bit closer, the idea here is we're going to turn this unwanted tree into a family tree. So it was cut back so that it would send up all these sprouts, all these shoots, and it sent up, as you can see, lots of nice healthy growth. And when we come back to this in February, we'll be able to either put about 20 new varieties grafted into these shoots, or we can probably, it might be better if we put in 2 grafts of 10 varieties.
Yeah, just explain to those who haven't watched the first video what a family tree is.
A family tree is a tree where you've got many varieties of apple on one trunk.
Fruit grafts.
Yeah, fruit grafts.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. What we will do next February then, these will be grafted with different sorts of apple. I don't know quite which ones we're going to put in yet. We've got to be careful that they're fairly well balanced, because if we put in a really vigorous variety and lots of weak varieties...
Yeah, so if we've got bigger apples on one side and small apples on the other, then it could cause the tree to go lopsided.
Well, it could, and this is why it's often a good idea to graft in pairs, because if you graft symmetrically, so we could put a particular variety here, for example, and balance it with one on the opposite side.
Yeah.
And then, at least with respect to the centre of the tree, it's going to be symmetrical.
Yeah.
But you've also got to be very careful not to put on really vigorous varieties like Bramley, because they will take over the tree and stop the other ones from grafts from growing.
Lovely.
What we'll do in February then, after the grafting, we will cut this branch off, this big one, and this big one, and that will give us another shower of what do we call them, shoots. Yeah. Probably 4 or 5 shoots, perhaps even 6 shoots from each side.
Okay.
And then
so basically we're forming a new tree.
Yeah.
And then we're grafting all these new varieties. And then basically, folks, what's going to happen is, well, certainly in the flowering season, you'll get some whites, pinks, what have you, possibly.
All sorts, yeah.
All sorts.
We'll have earlies and
then
lates
obviously with the apples, you'll get some green ones, you'll get some green and red ones and whatever, depending on what we put on it.
That's right. It'll look quite amusing when it's in blossom, because you'll see all the different coloured flowers.
Yeah.
And they look a bit odd.
Yeah.
But they look spectacular when the fruit comes.
I know. Well, I was looking at that one in your garden.
Yeah.
Is it 16 varieties on it?
I think it's got 16 on now. Yeah.
Okay, folks. So that's a little update from the family tree.